sensation of getting down to the bottom and having successfully shot it is incredible. And you just feel on cloud nine sort of thing.
It's a challenge to be able to come out of that rapid and sort of turn around and say, shit, look up there, I just did that.
The spectacular two-man canoe at the Cruncher, Raymond in front and Greg, kneeling and using single-bladed paddles. Watch the power of Greg at the back as his paddle snaps. As Greg comes out of the boat, Raymond uses similar strength to roll up on his own. Now Raymond gets the feel of the Brady's Lake slalom course rocks. The Cruncher has taken toll of some of the best of them, but usually, after taping up wounds to body and canoe, and borrowing another paddle, they come back for more. Even the experts can make hanging on for dear life look like a comedy routine. But they're a fairly closely knit bunch, these canoeists, and Nick is right on hand to help out his mates. Or is it just that it's his canoe which is being battered against the rocks? At least Greg is able to salvage half a paddle. Another variation on how to launch your kayak. The last section of the slalom course takes its name from the steepest street in Hobart. It's like a funnel, narrow and fast. And if you come out of your boat, absolutely no escape until you're washed into the waters of Brady's Lake.
Brady's Lake is an extremely hazardous course because if you do capsize and come out of your boat, the water is shallow and the rocks are sharp and you can very easily get minor cuts and gashes. There isn't all that much water going down Brady's Lake, but it's very fast and shallow, and because of this, you're extremely likely to hit the rocks if you capsize or bruise yourself. Everybody bruises themselves if they fall in. And once at Brady's Lake, I capsized on Millefont Street and hit my head on a rock, belted it, something terrible. And I rolled up and I came up and the whole top of my crash helmet was just crushed. That was the end of that crash helmet sort of thing. It didn't hurt me because I was wearing a crash helmet.
The first time I ever paddled Brady's Lake was in the Australian Championships in '74. I'd just built myself a new boat. It was really light, and I thought, will it take it? This is under a stream called Brady's Lake. It was like hitting a brick wall, hitting a stopper. And of course I felt the boat cracking up under me, and it's taped up in 1,000 pieces in the yard now. The only place I ever went was Brady's Lake.
been watching the experts come down the Brady's Lake course for the last day and a half. And I've come to realise that if I don't give it a crack myself, I'm going to lose the total respect of these guys. So here I go, down the last 150 yards, known as Mellifon Street. Could be anything. Oh, that's one rocky little bit of water there. Well, there you are, you see, it's not as easy as it looks.
What are you doing up there?
What did I do wrong, Greg?
Well, as soon as you came to the top eddy, you just leaned upstream. You went straight over the top of the boat.
I thought I was leaning a bit.
No, it was just a very slight angle upstream. And it got you.
Not fast, not sort of
No,
far
it's pretty
enough.
fast up there, and you got to watch it.
I tried to do a support stroke
Yeah, I saw that.
there. As I came down under the bridge.
Well, I may not have actually tamed the rivers of Tasmania, but through the force of some of this water, I've now got a first-hand appreciation of why practically the whole state is powered by hydroelectricity. We all got a big charge out of the week's safari, and it's proved a couple of things to me. By contrast to my topsy-turvy efforts, the skill shown by the boys is no mean accomplishment, and Tasmania is definitely the place for a canoeing expedition. The land of the blazing paddles.
Now.
See you, Dad. See ya.
Okay. See you, fellas.
See ya.
Look after your mum. Okay.
Bye-bye.
See you later, eh?
See ya.
Twice a week, Reg Perkins leaves his home near Cairns in far north Queensland to travel into town. It's a journey he's made many times before, first as a youth attending high school, then later as an apprentice motor mechanic in a Cairns garage. He now has quite a different career as the pilot of an aircraft, flying to the bush towns and settlements of outback Queensland. Amongst the modern jets at Cairns Airport, Reg's DC-3 looks a little out of place. But although the DC-3 was built before he was born, it's still an ideal aircraft for the outback.
No oil leaks. What about fuel leaks?
All right.
Yeah.
Changed that tank yesterday.
Ah, okay. Well, no oil leaks,
No,
huh?
that's for sure.
All right. All right. That's all okay. No rubbish in the oil cooler.
This trip will take 2 days to complete, and there's no place the DC-3 can be repaired, so the checks are careful. Then just before takeoff, a check of the route itself, including the condition of the bush airstrips, the winds and the weather.
I'm doing 478 this morning, Peter, Nick Dollar Charlie. Yes. From Cairns, out across the ranges, the Western Plains, to Normanton, over to Corumba. We normally go to Mornington Island, but I understand Mornington Island's not available this morning.
Yes, Mornington Island's
All right,
out.
we're going to have to go straight down to Dermagee.
Yes.
All right, before we come back to Cairns.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board Flight 4718. Your flight this morning is under the command of Captain Reg Perkins. First officer is Bob Shanahan. My name is Julie. Thank you and enjoy your flight.
Passengers have a fine view of the coastal rainforest as the pilot slowly brings the old DC-3 up, high enough to cross the Great Dividing Range. Directly beneath them are the cane fields, which cover the coastal plain. For most of the passengers, this is a view they've seen many times before, as air travel to the bush towns is as common as travelling by car.
Out of Cairns.